Da-na-na.
All right. Welcome back. Scott was calling right in the middle of that. Hopefully he calls right back. Well, welcome back to the show, guys. Welcome back to the show. Why do I hear an echo in here? Do y'all hear an echo?
Nope.
Or is that just me?
That's just you.
Maybe it's because I haven't worn headphones in the past two shows.
Wow. Yeah.
That could be why. Anyway, March Madness in full swing. Our bracket didn't go as planned.
Did anyone's?
No. What did you say? There's only one perfect bracket left?
There's one.
Okay, so if you have the bet, like say this guy, did he already win the bracket challenge? Does he get anything, or do you have to have a perfect bracket to win something?
You have to have a perfect bracket. That's it.
I thought the bracket challenge was top bracket wins something.
If the perfect bracket wins, like you, unlimited shit.
Oh, yeah.
But
no, you win millions,
yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Top bracket, I don't know if it's that much, but yeah. I don't know if he wins or not because I don't know who he took.
You know, dude, the day that a perfect bracket happens, it's going to be that guy that doesn't even watch basketball, that like picks the games, like his dog picked the games, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He put those gay-ass videos you see with the dog food and go here, go there, or that one where that dog fucking hits the ball into the bucket, something like that, or, I like the color of the team, that's why I did it. I guarantee it's going to happen. It's not going to be, because as sports fans, I think we overthink a lot of these things.
Well, duh.
Yeah. You overthink and then you try to underthink. You try to compensate for both, and it just doesn't work out. So every year I pump myself up thinking I'm going to get a perfect bracket this year. No. Never going to happen. Never going to happen for guys like me. Guys like us.
What are the odds, though? Like, what, 1 in a zillion?
Quintillion.
Yeah. See, so, no one's ever going to hit it.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say never, okay? Like
I'd say, I can probably say never.
Yeah,
never.
More never than it's going to. There's a 99.9% chance nobody will ever hit it.
It's actually a lot worse than that, probably. But yeah,
99.9999999. Yeah.
Point.
That 1 in quintillion is what we're talking about here.
What's a quintillion?
Quintillion is after a billion, I think.
No, it's after a trillion.
Oh, trillion's
Come
after
on,
a billion.
Dude.
Yeah.
Trillion, and then what's after trillion?
Guess quintillion?
Okay, so there's triplets, and then is quintuplets after?
Oh, 5 times.
Is it 5 times?
Yeah, quint.
Well, quint would be 4. Quattro?
Quadrillions?
Yeah, quintillions. I don't know. Look it up. You can find it somewhere, I'm sure.
So it is after the billions.
The research team.
No, it's after the trillions. Come on, man. Damn, he already forgot what he said.
After the trillions?
He's been hitting the vodka already.
No.
The Svedka vodka.
I got to correct you and then come back to normal.
Austin, if they said you hit a perfect bracket, Austin, you have the choice. $50,000 or a lifetime supply of Svedka vodka. For you and your kids.
Lifetime supply?
Lifetime supply.
And $50,000?
Or $50,000.
One or the other.
Well,
no.
if I said a million, you would clearly say the million.
No.
But would you take 50 grand or would you take...
I'm saying if you hit a perfect bracket, you should be able to do whatever the hell
I know,
you
but
want.
I'm just saying they give you these two choices. This is just built for you. Okay, lifetime supply of Svedka vodka. You can walk in any liquor store, flash a card saying, hey, I hit the perfect bracket and my dumb ass chose to get Svedka vodka the rest of my life.
Give me
or
50 G's.
50 G's? Yeah. Because you could probably invest at 50 G's and, that's a lot of Svedka
50
vodka.
G's not
You invested in Svedka. He opens his own Svedka factory in that spare bedroom back here.
50 G's is not a lot of money.
No, I know. But if I would have said any more, you wouldn't even, you wouldn't even thought about it. You would have taken the money. But anyway, our favorite follow bracket, I think we went 8-0 at the beginning, but I think a lot of people did. And then the one that we missed was the damn Georgia and Gonzaga one. I know I picked Gonzaga, but I think we shot a dart over it, and that's when I hit the wall. Because you had Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah, you hit a 1, and I hit the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So that game wasn't even close. But anyway, that wouldn't have mattered anyway. Our upset picks that we had, the Yale didn't turn out how it was supposed to.
It didn't?
No.
Are you sure?
What? It didn't. That was that was the spread that I picked was the Yale spread.
I mean, that was y'all's pick, but...
No,
that was y'all's pick.
I don't like gambling with this guy because he goes opposite. He knows nothing about what's going on. He just goes opposite.
It was an A&M game.
Yeah.
What was he trying to plead his case for last time? Remember? I'm not an A&M fan. Why do y'all keep fading me? And now he's all A&M, go A&M.
Yeah, because I actually watch A&M games, so that's like what I know.
Okay, what I'm saying is now is you weren't making a case for them before the game. Now he's making a big case for them.
Well, I think it was 3-on-1, right? It was like me, us two, and
y'all
Scott.
took Yale.
Right? And then you took
I know,
A&M.
but I'm talking like spread-wise, though. I think you thought Yale was going to cover the spread, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, A&M did play good. They should be in the Sweet 16, but they kind of blew it, which we'll get to later. UC San Diego, they just started out too slow, man. They did come back forward. They were down about 20 points, right?
Yeah.
They showed they can play, man. That kid from Denton, Texas that we mentioned, I think he ended up having like 25, 26 points. Missed the game tying 3. They were ahead with like 40 seconds left, right? And that guy just hits that pretty much a damn logo 3. So that fucked up most of my brackets when that happened. The one that did hit, and they're still going. Congratulations to Coach Calipari and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, SEC and the Big Ten are kind of standing out in this tournament. They're looking really good. Both of them are. ACC has lost every team that was in it.
Besides Duke.
Besides Duke, yes. And Duke looks unstoppable. Duke looks fantastic right now. They started out a little slow today, but they ended up winning, I think, by 23 points. And we'll talk about them again here in a minute too. But I want to go back to Arkansas. Arkansas didn't have a great season to start out, but I think it was because new head coach, new program and everything. So it took a little bit to kind of get them to mesh, in the Calipari system. But what I think happened is when I think they got rolling on at the right time, and I think they're rolling now. To go in, they just beat St. John's in New Jersey, which is pretty much a home game for St. John's in that round of 32 matchup, and that was a hell of a game. A lot of people are questioning Coach Pitino about that. Really? R.J. Lewis, the Big East Player of the Year, was benched the last 5 minutes of that game.
Oh, I saw that press conference.
Yeah. Now, he wasn't having a great game. He was having a terrible game. I think he was like 0 for 7 from 3. I think he was like 1 for 13 for field goals. But, I mean, I can see why people question that. Big East Player of the Year, you're down by 2 possessions. Why is that guy not in there? I mean,
I don't care if he's 0 for 20.
You
keep him in there.
Yes, he got you there. He got you in those, in situations like that. He would put the team on his back, get them to where they need to be. But I don't know if there's more to the story or not.
Did you see his response?
He said, why? Well, yeah, because he was having a shitty game.
It was like he played 30 minutes. That's a lot.
Yeah,
and he was like, you're answering your own question. Basically, he was playing like dog shit.
Now, don't be surprised if you see. I don't know. Is R.J. Lewis coming out in the draft? Because he might transfer just because of that shit. Because of what happened there.
I mean,
surely he wanted to be in the game.
The setup with college basketball now is and Pitino made a really good point about it. He said it's just like EuroLeague. He said like you at most you're gonna have guys for 2 years at most, and you're like completely starting and refreshing a roster.
Yeah, I heard that interview actually.
Yeah, I was like, it's a good point. I mean, the guys transfer, they go to the NBA, whatever. Like you're almost building a new roster almost every year. You very rarely have guys stick around 3 and 4 years.
R.J. Lewis is good enough to go pro, and I'm pretty sure he will. Big East Player of the Year, like his draft stock is probably at an all-time high now. That game probably didn't help, but man, his answer was why, and that's all he gave. R.J. Lewis wasn't hurt. There's no report came out that he had any sort of nagging injury or anything.
So we don't know why.
There's not really a.
Well, I think it's because he was playing bad.
Yeah, that's basically.
But I mean, the biggest game of the season, you bench your best player on the team. I mean, he can miss all the shots in the game, but if there's one big shot that needs to be made, you're gonna put it in his hands. So that was kind of a big story when it came to that. But no, the Razorbacks, they're looking good, man. They got a good post down low. He's a rebounding machine, man, and they're quick, they're fast, just like all these SEC teams. They score and they run. So.
A couple of those Kentucky guys, whenever he took the job at Arkansas, followed him over there. I noticed that. Mm-hmm. I didn't really realize that. I kind of looked into him a little bit. I was like, oh, okay. So he got a couple of those guys that kind of wanted to play for him, go with him, or probably pretty good players,
And Austin, you were right. There wasn't very many upsets, other than the ones we expected. Like McNeese, we called that one. The Drake, we called that one. if you consider this an upset, the 8-9 seeds, I don't really consider those upsets. And
Memphis,
Colorado State was a 10
favorite.
seed playing a 7 seed, right? Or a
Colorado's-
12 seed
They're
playing a 5
playing
seed.
Memphis, but they were the favorite.
But we called that one too.
Yeah, and the thing about that, like Penny Hardaway's getting a lot of shit for that. I think they said in his 4 years, his 4th year in Memphis,
I'll have to look it up.
he's missed the tournament twice and made it twice, and both times he was upset by a lower seeded team. The last time they made it, they got beat by FAU while we were in Lake Charles, and I remember I'd put a lot of money on fucking Memphis to win that game too.
He was without I think his top scorer, Tyrese Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
That was another reason why I really liked Colorado State. Yeah, I kind of like we were saying earlier. Do you think the biggest story is just the lack of upsets in general? Like, it's been kind of a chalky tournament.
Yeah, but are we gonna see lack of upsets now because of the whole NIL thing?
What does that have to do with it?
Ooh, maybe no.
The bigger schools are gonna pay the better players.
Oh, so I think the lack of upsets could be with like the transfer portal is the biggest thing. I think like you're seeing experienced teams like even though what's his name, but Patino said he's not going to even recruit a single high school player. He's like high school. He's like even if a 5-star called him up like, hey, I want to come play here. He's like, man, he's like experience wins now. So like maybe these teams like that are more mature, more experienced in the tournament, they're like less likely to slip up early on. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the thing of like, all right, this is how it's going to be now. Just some of these smaller schools just don't have they're getting poached. Their guys are getting poached to go to D1 from D2 to D1.
I don't know how many times I heard that during the tournament. Like,
Really?
oh, he came from here. He came from here. He came from here, and
He came from Grand Canyon.
our
As
girl,
far
our
as
girl's leaving.
upsets-
Our girl's leaving, dude.
With lower seeds, Thursday you had 1, 2, 3, 4 upsets of lower seeds, and then Friday you had 1, 2 of them, 2 upsets on Friday. So if you bet the favorites on these, they actually did pretty good. There was a lot of spreads being covered too, and a lot of these favorites. They talk about the whole 12-5 seed matchup, and then the 13 and 4 is kind of 1-2. I think they're starting to take that a little personal now. So it's
But 12-5 won twice.
yeah, it's been a great tournament though. I mean, I've enjoyed watching it. If out of the teams left, maybe like an unlikely seed from what y'all saw. I know Dustin, you like BYU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a hell of a win they had. They were up by I think 10 with a minute left, but it came down to crunch time there. I like BYU, and what had happened? Some kid got ejected in that game. I didn't see what happened. I just saw that he was ejected.
Huh. I missed that part. I mean, I was watching the game. But
It was their starting shooting guard. He was ejected. Oh, he fucking hit some dude in the balls. They gave him a flagrant 2 for hitting a guy in the balls. Yeah, that'll do it. No, Scott, we were just talking about Arkansas and kind of the upsets of the tournament. What team has impressed you? If you've been watching any of it, or are you too busy going to 1990s rock concerts?
The second.
The second,
But
the latter.
I am watching. I did pick Kentucky to beat Illinois in one of my brackets, so I'm glad that happened. And then I was big on Tech before the tournament, so I had them going far in one of my brackets. So
Okay,
they still impress me, so I still hope they do.
Austin, who do you
They
like
do good.
left over?
Duke.
Duke.
That's
well,
it. That's it.
unlikely.
That's
Unlikely.
unlikely.
Unlikely. No one really.
Number one
Ju-
seed,
just the fa- just the
unlikely to
favorites.
make it to the championship. Oh my goodness.
Just the favorites.
Raven would say, "Go." Oh yeah, I agree with that pick, Austin. That's a good pick, Austin. Yeah.
After this game here, I mean, Kentucky looks pretty good. And then I mean,
As the
kind of
3
kind of like the lower remaining seeds left. I mean, you got Arkansas left.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they got their shit together toward the end of the year. I mean, I don't know what their bracket looks like. I don't have it right here in front of me.
they're playing Texas Tech next.
Oh,
That's big.
showdown with Texas Tech, Scott. SEC versus a Big 12. Texas Tech has great defense too, so that should be a pretty good game. But as far as value picks, we wrote a couple here on the board. You can get Michigan at plus 700 and Arkansas at plus 1,000 still, even though they're going to the Sweet 16. So they must have a pretty rough stretch of games ahead. I think they're going to – the next is Sweet 16 Elite 8, so they got to win 2 more games to get to the Final Four. So it must not line up pretty good. Good for them. So the Duke game. The Duke game today it's looking like a showdown between Duke and Florida. Florida.
Whew.
I had said it before that was going to be probably their roughest test until they get to the Final Four, and it was. They could have easily lost that game, but they stepped up. Coach Dan Hurley hasn't lost in 2 years in NCAA tournaments. That's a pretty good feat there. Let's just say hypothetically, had UConn beat them, how far could UConn go? Was it just, did they show up for this game?
Who's their next game?
So Florida's playing the winner of Colorado State and Maryland.
Yeah.
They
could have won?
Yeah, see, would their odds have, gone way down? Or would they have looked at it as hey, UConn still wasn't very good during the season. They just showed up for this game. I don't know. I think with Dan Hurley, if they would have beat Florida today, I think their odds they probably would have been top 5 odds to win the whole thing.
I'd say probably top 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Behind Duke.
But they'll be back. I don't think Hurley's going anywhere. Unless the NBA comes calling.
Which they did already.
Yeah.
And he turned the Lakers down.
He turned them down. How do you feel about that, Scott? Don't need them. Can't win with them. Can't coach with them.
Wait, they didn't have Luka there, so.
Oh, now he'll go.
What is freaking the coach from the Steelers say?
Mike Tomlin?
Yeah. He's like, we want
people that want to be here.
Employees, not like prisoners or something. Golly. Hold on, I'll look it up. Go on.
All right, Kentucky is advancing to the Sweet 16. They just took down Illinois. Illinois was actually one of my picks today. I was 4-0 before that today. Damn. And the Colorado State-Maryland game, I took Colorado State to cover this game, but I thought Maryland would win. I think it was 8.5, so that's looking good. St. Mary's, Alabama. I took Alabama there. What does St. Mary's have?
47.
47. Okay, so bets are looking okay. What was the final score of that Illinois-Kentucky game?
75-84.
Hell yeah, that under hit. Fuck. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That was a big bet that I placed before it started. Hell yeah. That hit the first half under and the damn... That over-under was 171. That's insane for that to be. I mean, Illinois can score points, but not anymore because they're going home. So what's left over after this game?
We got
Iowa State
and Ole Miss, and then you got the Michigan game, Michigan State versus New Mexico, and then you have Oregon and Arizona.
Yep.
Okay, who do we like there? Let's throw these picks out real quick. Let's ride real quick.
I like Ole Miss quite a bit. I like a money line.
I took Ole Miss to cover 5.5 there. Austin, we took Michigan State to cover 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I took the Michigan State. I think I took the total under for the first half. I think you said you took the over, Dustin. Michigan State's unders have been, I think they hit 13 out of the last 15. Total game unders, not first half. 13 out of their last 15 games the under is hit, so.
2 teams that I don't know a lot about, Oregon and Arizona. I just don't. I feel like I haven't seen them play all year.
Yeah, well, they play over there on the West Coast, like real late at night. So It's kind of one of those things. And Oregon has just joined the Big Ten this year too. Oregon's decent. I think they made it to the semifinals in the Big Ten tournament. But from what I read, the spread's 3.5. So that's kind of I don't think it's too many points. I think you take Arizona there.
Let's see here.
You're right. I don't really know much about Arizona either. I know BYU beat Arizona this year.
Did Arizona make a run in like the Big 12 championship tournament? Did they? Let me think here.
Arizona beat Kansas in the Big 12 this year, but I think they lost to Texas Tech in the championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see here.
If I'm not mistaken.
Hey, how did the Horizon do in the tournament?
Robert Morris was the only one that made it, and they gave Bama a game. They gave Bama a hell of a game.
Spread them out in a couple teams.
They were the only one goes. Like that's how shitty the conference is. Robert Morris they were beating Alabama with like 10 minutes left in the game, but then I think Alabama ended up beating them by 10. They did cover the spread though.
So Houston won it. Houston beat Arizona in the championship.
So Arizona did beat Texas. Oh, Houston beat Texas Tech.
No, Houston beat Arizona in the Big 12 title game.
Well, who knocked Texas Tech out of the Big 12? Arizona did?
86-80, yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought I had heard something about they made a run. I just haven't really seen them play.
Can you pull a bracket up over here, Austin?
Yeah, what you need?
Just pull the bracket up. I want to see what matchups are going to end up being, like possibly Elite 8 and Final Four and all that. Did we ever find out what Maryland's odds are? They probably don't have them up because they're playing right now. So if they win this game, then I think their odds will come up.
That's for the Final Four, right?
Yeah, just to make the Final Four, basically to win their region.
Okay.
Another thing this year, no buzzer beaters, no overtime games.
It wasn't March,
nothing, man.
It wasn't March Madness.
Like there's usually at least one or two. Like the only kind of buzzer beater there was in the first four with the
first game of the
first game with Alabama State and St. Francis. So it's been kind of uneventful, not as exciting as it normally is, but hopefully it doesn't stay like this. Hopefully next year it'll all be back.
I will say this: that Florida UConn game was probably one of the better, if not the best game of the tournament so far.
The Florida UConn?
Yeah, that was a hell of a game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
It was a really good game.
That was the only one decided by less than 3 points, I think.
Okay, so the winner here, Colorado State and Maryland, will play Florida. Man, I think UConn was the best chance to beat Florida until the Final Four. Texas Tech, Arkansas, that's going to be a good game, I think. The spread on that's probably going to, I bet you Arkansas is probably 7-point underdogs there. Houston, Purdue, winner of that plays Kentucky, Tennessee. Oh, that Kentucky-Tennessee game, they split during the season. So, full SEC matchup right there. How many SEC teams are left? There's Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Purdue?
Purdue's not SEC.
Yes, they are.
They're Big Ten. Jesus.
Oh, Vanderbilt. Oh, yeah, same colors.
Vanderbilt's gone.
Same color. I know, it's like same colors.
So there's one Auburn,
Ole Miss.
Auburn, Ole Miss, yeah.
Florida, Auburn, Ole Miss, Arkansas.
So there's 6 teams, six SEC teams left.
They can all make it to the Final Four.
Well, Jay Bilas stated that there wasn't going to be any SEC teams.
Alabama?
I thought that was Wally Zerbiak that said that.
Yeah, Zerbiak, sorry. Yeah, he stated none of the SEC teams are going to make it. He must have some vendetta against them.
Find the futures are like
as far as the other conferences go, Duke is the only ACC left, and I think the other one's just Big 12 and Big 10, right? Mm-hmm. Your main 4 conferences, nothing shocking about that.
What's BYU?
The story is how bad the ACC is right now. And it used to be like the dominant basketball.
Well, didn't only 3 teams from the ACC made it to the tournament? Clemson, Louisville, and Duke. Oh, and North Carolina. There it was. There it is. That's why they put North Carolina in, because there was only 3 ACC teams.
I saw a deal after like it was like a halftime show or maybe a post-game show. They were talking about how like the ACC like had like this like pompous attitude. Like most of the schools like, oh, we don't need to invest that much in NIL. And then like basically all the other schools like passed them up and like, nope, the players are going to go wherever you're paying them. They're not going to go just because like your brand was like a big brand back, over these years,
Or maybe Cooper Flag just scared away all the competition, dude. That's what it was. All right, so looking at that, Kentucky, Tennessee. You gonna take Tennessee there, Austin?
Oh yeah. Been riding them since the beginning.
It's gonna be a good game.
That is.
Texas Tech, Arkansas. That's gonna be a good one. Mm-hmm. So the only 2 seed that's out is St. John's. All the other 1s and 2 seeds are in still.
Yep.
Wow, man.
If St. John's would have beat Arkansas, it would have been probably one of the most boring tournaments ever. It's like 1-2, 1-2.
Go to the top.
1-2,
that was a really good game too.
It was a great game, but
it was a good game at least.
That BYU Alabama game is probably gonna be pretty good.
St. Mary's gonna win.
So St. Mary's is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They're in trouble.
Oh yeah. BYU Alabama. If that game happens, that's gonna be a really high over in that game. From the looks of it, let's just say Arizona beats Oregon tonight. Duke and Arizona they've played this year, I believe. I think they played in the beginning of the season.
Duke and Arizona?
Duke and Arizona, or it might have been Duke and Kansas. I'm not sure.
Duke and Kansas did play.
Yeah, it might. That's who I may be thinking of. And then Auburn is set to play Michigan. Michigan is kind of like I guess you could say they're the team that nobody really expected to go this far. I know they're a 5 seed. They won their tournament, but going into that tournament, they had lost, I think, 4 of their last 5 games. Oh, yeah, they have played. Yeah. Duke beat them pretty handily.
69.
I'm telling you, dude. Duke's looking good. Duke's going to take it this year. Or you still think Florida's got it?
Oh, Florida. I think Florida's got it, man. That point guard is impressive. I thought I started looking up mock drafts after the game today. I was like, dude, this guy's not even mocked anywhere. Like, it's so crazy how like if you don't have like the proper like length or freaking all the measurables, the NBA just like writes you off.
Yeah.
Like, but he looked freaking impressive, man.
Who was that guy from Baylor?
Edgecombe. He's a freshman. He was like a
number 3.
Huh?
Number 3.
Yeah, he's supposed to go third overall right now. That VJ Edgecombe guy.
I thought that point guard from Rutgers was supposed to be 3rd overall. Because Ace Bailey was supposed to be
he's like
1.
predicted 4th. This was like the most recent, what somebody on NBA.com wrote, but they had it like, pretty close to that.
Yeah. Okay. So who do y'all think is going to win? No unlikely, just outright. You still rolling with Florida?
I'm rolling with
I'm
Florida.
going to stay with Duke.
Staying with Duke, of course.
Scott, you still there?
I'm staying with Florida.
Staying with Florida.
You're staying with Florida?
All right, we're going to have to throw darts again just to make sure.
Who's in y'all's opinion, like who's the most entertaining team to watch?
I mean that
Duke.
UConn Florida game was very entertaining.
Duke and Florida, actually, yeah.
Because there was times Florida could have rolled over and just said we're done because I think they had gone down by 6 to 8 points a few times in that game. But I like how Florida plays pretty fast. Duke has some lights out shooters. But as far as entertaining, most athletic, I think Florida is the most athletic team. Better coached, I think, and more organized. Best all-around team, I think, is Duke when it comes to.
I like Tennessee.
They're fun to watch.
But not really.
Tennessee,
they just beat the shit out of them.
They play very good defense.
Yeah.
Tennessee plays real good defense. So
defense doesn't win, though.
Alabama, every time I turn them on, like they're just like lighting up the scoreboard. It just seems like they're just fun. They're super fast-paced.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Like it's kind of trickled down from the NBA. Nobody's playing defense anymore. So
yeah.
But I can see a Duke Florida matchup. That'd be good. All right, anything else on the tournament? It's kind of sad. There's nothing really exciting that happened in the tournament.
Wait, is first half over?
Yeah, they're up 37-31.
At 67?
Oh, it's 68. Colorado?
Yeah.
Colorado State, Maryland is 68. Is the halftime score.
I thought it was 37.
It's 37-31 is 68 total.
Yeah. Is it 1? I thought it was 30.
Did you take one of these or what?
Yeah, 37-30.
It's 37-31. I'm looking at it right here. Oh, it's 37-30.
30, yeah. Boom. Okay.
What was the over-under?
68.
68? Oh, shit. I don't think I took that one.
I was like, why is there a 1? I didn't see a 1 in there.
Yeah. Anything else to talk about tournament? Are y'all good there?
I was trying to see, like, sportsbook-wise, like, typically when all these favorites like this do well, the sportsbooks take, like, a huge hit. Like, people just go take money line for favorites.
Austin, your favorites bracket's probably looking really good right now. Mm-hmm. That you filled out where you just took all the favorites.
And I took one with all the SEC teams winning every team.
There's 6 of them left.
That one's looking pretty good too.
Yeah. Pull the bracket back up. Where are these Sweet 16s at? Does it say? No, it doesn't say.
Runaway success for the public. Favorites won 15 and 16 games.
Yeah, I saw something.
The second round.
That before the tournament started, there had already been $1.5 billion bet on the NCAA tournament, and the projection was to skyrocket from there. God, I wish we would have gone to like Lake Charles or Vegas or something. Imagine how badass that would be.
15-1 straight up and 11-5 against the spread. The favorites.
The favorites, what, yesterday?
So far, basically in round, yeah.
In the second round.
Second round, yeah. In the round of 32, yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Dude.
Well, Illinois was the favorite right there.
That's about as close to chalk as it gets. I mean,
that's what I mean. Is something changing in college basketball? Or?
I think you're onto it. Like the teams, like the NIL, like pulling like the good players from like the smaller schools.
So like being that there is money now to be made, if you're a good player on like a team like, let's say, like in the Horizon League, like in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can help a team out somewhere, I mean, they're gonna pay you to do it. So why not leave?
Mm-hmm.
No loyalty in college, no more loyalty in pro.
Along with the teams are more experienced. Like there's less, those freshman mistakes probably aren't happening as much.
How much do you think Cooper Flag's making right now?
Shit, he probably signed at least like a $2 million NIL deal.
He just signed with New Balance. Y'all see that?
Shit, well, probably more now.
Let's see here, Cooper Flag NIL.
But yeah, dude, that's kind of sad. Like, I wonder what if they shorten up this tournament to where it's like the 4 or 5 dominant conferences just make the NCAA tournament.
Whoever wins their...
And those smaller conferences just have their own NCAA tournament.
Or whoever has their... You have your conference tournament. Whoever wins that is in the NCAA tournament.
Well, that's how it is now.
No, just no at-large, no nothing.
Like, yeah. No.
20 teams. Or how many conferences there are.
Yeah, well... Most conferences that you don't hear of, like the MAAC, the Ohio Valley, and all that stuff. I think the only one that isn't a Power 5 conference is the conference that Gonzaga's in. What are they in? The Big West?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have two bids. That's why Gonzaga and St. Mary's are usually both in it, because they're both actually pretty good. But when it comes to like all them other ones, the one that like Drake's in, the one that Elon and William & Mary and all that stuff, you could win the conference regular season championship, but come the bracket, a 16 seed could win it, and they're in, and your whole regular season conference championship was for nothing.
You're gonna have to basically schedule like good non-conference games to get in, like for teams like that. Well, I guess Colorado State out of the Mountain West. Who's the other Mountain West teams?
New Mexico.
Oh, it's okay.
BYU.
Damn. Oh no,
BYU's Big 12. New Mexico was in there.
Yeah.
Colorado State.
San Diego State was in.
Yeah,
that's
first 4.
Yeah.
And that's all I can really think of now. Because Boise State got knocked out because UNC was left at
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Anything else on the tournament, Austin? No.
Bracket's busted, so.
All we can do is just try to win our money slowly back. I was doing really good the first day, but then I decided to get drunk and lose like $400 to $500 in the casino.
In advance for next year. First round unders. First half.
First round unders in the first half?
Bet all of them. Went 8-0.
Well, you got lucky this year, so.
Yeah.
Could it possibly, you think it's going to happen again next year?
It happens every year.
Well, because going into the tournament, nobody
nervous,
hasn't played in
nervous,
a week, so I guess they're still kind of rusty, or what is it called? In-ring rust?
Yeah.
You call it? Okay.
I hit those.
I thought you said that the guy at who was it? Drake got the Indiana job.
No, Iowa.
Oh, that's right.
Iowa job. Yeah, McCullum.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's one thing we can bring up. What's his name? Ben
McCullum.
Ben McCullum. As soon as Drake was ousted last night by Texas Tech, he pretty much on a plane to Iowa. He took over for Fran McCaffrey there. He's had a lot of success at Drake. What was his record? Something.
He only was there 1 year. The other school, the D2 school he was at beforehand, he won 4 national championships at.
And he's taken over for Fran McCaffrey. And
the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
I just took a drink of that water. I always thought Fran McCaffrey was a good coach. He'd been at Iowa 15 years, but he has never advanced to the Sweet 16, ever. And Iowa's a pretty solid basketball program in people's eyes, right?
I mean, yeah, they've been decent in the past. Yeah,
they've had some pretty good players come out of Iowa, like Keegan Murray. Didn't he come out of Iowa? He plays for the Kings.
Oof, don't give me a line.
Yeah, well, he's probably the last one that I remember. But
it was Iowa State was the more decent one.
No, it might be, but no, I'm surprised he hung on for that long, being there 15, 16 years and only going to the Sweet 16, never. So, other college basketball news.
Darian DeVries got the Indiana job. The guy who was at West Virginia this past year for 1 season, but he was at Drake for 6 before that. So Drake's producing some coaches, man.
Yeah, and officially, they made it official. The McNeese coach, Will
Wade.
Will Wade is now the NC State coach. They went in the tournament knowing that he was going to be the next NC State coach. And did y'all happen to catch some of those videos of their team manager?
Nope.
Oh yeah. The guy with the sound box.
Yeah, he would walk him out with the speaker, rapping. He's I don't know what nationality he is. Is he maybe Arabian or something, or Iraqi or something? He's probably about this tall, and they say he's like the hardest working kid in the program, and the team loves him, man. They actually sat him next to Spike Lee in their last game that they played, and he was all decked out in like a suede suit, and all the players put their chains on him and everything. Like the back of his sweatshirt said Aura on it, so he was kind of like their kind of like their mascot going into the tournament. So
how much is he getting paid?
I'm just mascot day. Yeah. That's his nickname. They call him that. I think his name is Amir Khan.
Yeah, isn't that a boxer's name too? Amir Khan? Isn't there a boxer named Amir Khan? Yeah, so
they're probably the same.
He got a lot of publicity during this tournament, and he kind of turned up for them. And now, anytime you look up McNeese State on Twitter or anywhere, that's the first person that pops up is him. He's probably more well known than the players are there.
Or boxer George Foreman, Scott.
Yeah.
Boxer. I wouldn't go that far.
I think they're on probably same level, maybe.
I did see a deal
George
with
Foreman is dead, so
he's going with them to.
He's 6 feet below.
What do you call it? NC State? The guy that has the speaker. He's following the coach.
No shit.
Yeah, he's following the coach. NC State.
It worked for him at McNeese. Why not?
Yeah.
Get him an NIL deal.
Yeah. I'll formally announce that George Foreman did pass away last night. 2-time heavyweight champ and Olympic gold medalist. Crazy story. My grandmother's brother boxed George Foreman in Dallas, Texas, back in the day when George Foreman was an amateur. He was 18 years old, and my uncle, I guess my granduncle, was 23. And George Foreman beat his ass. So
pretty handily.
That's what they say. I wasn't there.
3 rounds.
No, they went. Yeah. I think back then they were going like 18 rounds. Back in those days. Shit, they might have gone 30.
How many rounds did he last? Huh? How many rounds did he last?
Oh, I don't know, but they did say he lost. Of course, they were saying like
judge's decision. That's it.
And my uncle, he's still alive. His name was Matilde Martinez, amateur boxer.
Get him on the show right now.
He's responsible for springing George Foreman's career. So without a Matilde Martinez, there's no George Foreman. There's no George Foreman grill. Is he more famous for the grill or for the boxing career?
Or for his acting?
I can't think of a movie he was in.
The freaking Hangover, dude.
That was Mike Tyson.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Did y'all hear that?
No.
He goes, I said, what is he more famous for, boxing or for his grill? And Austin said his acting career. He was in The Hangover.
I thought it was Muhammad Ali.
Oh, my God. Raven would have said, yeah, he was in the acting career. I agree, Austin.
Mm-hmm. Austin wins.
Austin wins everything.
Yeah, no, I don't think he might have been in a movie. I'm not sure if he was or not, but what was he more famous for? He probably made more money off the grills than he did boxing, because back in the day, I don't know if boxers got paid what they're getting paid now. So, when you think of George Foreman, Austin, do you think of the grill or do you think of the boxer? And do you have a George Foreman grill? Have you ever had one?
Never had one.
Never had one? I had one.
I had one, like an electric one that I plugged in. I'm at my apartment in college.
There's no off switch on it or nothing. You just plug it in, it heats up, and you just got to unplug it to turn it off. Terrible design.
It's the shit out of you. That's it.
Yeah. Terrible. He was like, let's make something that costs the least amount of money and try to sell the shit out of it by putting my name on it. So that grill, it was just two heated plates. I guess you put the burgers on and it's at an angle, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it drizzles all the grease out and everything.
Yeah. Does it have a grease trap?
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. The grease trap wasn't even attachable. You had to put like a damn napkin underneath after a while because you lose the damn grease trap. So, like I said, it was he didn't put a lot of money into making these grills, so.
People bought the shit out of them, though.
Oh, yeah. No. Can you think of something that was like ahead of its time like that? Like to start burning fast? Nowadays, people eat all healthy and try to find the easiest ways to.
Air fryer?
Yeah. Like kind of like George Foreman might have been ahead of his time, but I think he probably made more money off the grill than he did boxing. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Another thing, if you guys want to see a legend hanging at Bonsai in San Marcos, in New Braunfels. Scott, did we tell Scott about this?
No, we haven't. I asked y'all the other day.
The other day, Scott, we were after you left. Me, Dustin, and Austin went to Bonsai here in New Braunfels. We went to go get some sushi, and for some reason, Austin brought Dustin's plaque from when he coached at Kennedy. What did it say your name on it?
It was like a picture plaque thing. Yeah, it had my name and like the team picture and like.
Yeah, it was a big old. It had a big old picture of Dustin and the team, and Austin just started walking inside with it. So he puts the plaque on the counter, and the bartender, coolest guy ever, like
Dude,
didn't give a fuck about his job.
He needs to be on the show.
Clearly did not care one fucking gave no fucks about his job. We were sitting there kind of laughing about it because we had posted that sign up right next to Dustin. Well, the bartender was like, "Give me that sign. I'm gonna go hang it up over here because we don't serve that beer anymore." So he reaches up, gets on a bar stool, reaches up and pulls this damn beer sign off and hangs Dustin's picture up there. And I'm curious to see if that picture's still there.
I kind of want to go drive over there.
I know.
After this.
And then we were like, what do we say? The owner's going to make him take it down. And he goes, the little Asian can't even reach as high. There's no way he's going to take it down.
Yeah, that was the guy at the restaurant.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so he said that he's not going to take it down. So it could still be there. We should go check after this to see if it's still there.
Get some sushi. That was sushi.
Was good, right?
Yeah. So Dustin's being honored as we speak right now.
Yep.
So.
Congratulations, Dustin.
I did talk to Coach Kornegay. It's something we didn't hit on our last show. For those who don't know, Coach Kornegay left Three Rivers.
No way.
After one season. Left Three Rivers after a 9-3 record.
No way.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it either.
No way.
Apparently a lot of people couldn't believe it either.
Like who?
People.
Who didn't believe this?
I'm just going to say a lot of people in Three Rivers felt betrayed by this, but
blindsided, you could say.
Yeah, when I talked to Dustin about it, I didn't know that he had that ranch in Fredericksburg. I didn't know that that's where he lived. So I guess he got out of coaching. He was selling insurance. He came back to coach because he missed it. That's what he told us. Words from his mouth. And the opportunity came up to come coach in Johnson City. And he left, which is about, 30 minutes away from...
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, 30 minutes away from where he lives in Fredericksburg. Some people didn't think that it had anything to do with that. He didn't want to go home or anything. He just came to Three Rivers just for a paycheck, this and that. But I texted him, congratulations and everything, and I asked him, I said, so how's everything going? And once I texted him, congratulations, these are his words. He said, it's closer to our place, and you're never guaranteed that option in this business. So, for those thinking that he blindsided people and did this on purpose just for a check, no, he's continuing coaching. This opportunity presented itself with how good he did in Three Rivers. Mm-hmm. Nobody expected much from the Three Rivers team graduating the seniors that they did the year before. They were in a very weak district, some would say. I mean, most would say. But I don't think with the talent that they lost the year before, people were expecting them to go 9-3. Yep. They did lose first round in the playoffs. Didn't really put much of a fight up against Refugio or anything. But I mean, 9-3 record. I mean, that'll get some eyes on you. And hey, I'm happy for him. The guy, he's already retired once. I heard rumblings that maybe Three Rivers thought that he was going to be their future head coach for years to come. I don't know why they would think that, being that he had already retired once. Mm-hmm. He's been coaching for 35 years, and I think he just wanted to go back to coaching, do what he loves, and do it until he can't do it anymore, and he's right next to the house. So Johnson City probably going to be his last job.
Unless Fredericksburg opens it, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
But
no, I mean, a lot of people were thinking him too. A lot of the kids' parents, after the post was up, were saying, thanks for the year. They were proud of what the boys did that year, and really not that much hate going around. But there's always a couple. So hopefully that'll clear things up. But coming from, I don't know what people heard or what people are saying, but I mean, there's no reason not to trust what Coach Kornegay says. This is coming from the horse's mouth, is that the reason he took the job was because it's closer to his place, and you're never guaranteed that option. So I'll take that for what it is, and I'll go ahead and say that's probably the reason he took the job. So was he living in Three Rivers and his wife was living in Fredericksburg?
I don't know the living situation.
Yeah. Okay, well.
They have a house for the AD there. Like anybody that's AD, if they can't find a place, or if they want to use it, I know that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been coaching 35 years. He's how old is he now? Probably almost 60.
Yeah, right at it.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't want to be making that
60
commute.
Yeah, I'm not living in an apartment whatever at 60 years old.
Yeah.
With my whole family or.
So, but Three Rivers' job is open. I've talked to a friend of ours that may or may not have applied for the job. I'm not gonna say any words here. Not gonna.
Is it Dustin White?
What's the word around town? Was there any like favorites people were saying names?
Not that I know of. I know, like guys they want to usually reach out to. From what I understand, nobody has been reached out to yet, or there's been no reaching out to yet.
Have they asked you about the job?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But girls flag football is starting up again. Maybe I get my record up, my reputation up, and you never know what can happen. But I'm excited to see who's going to take that job. Can you think of anybody off the top of your head around the area?
The OC, that's already there.
Jesse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Well, is he going to go with Coach Kornegay or did he stay?
I haven't heard if he's like planning on what his plans are, but I mean.
Well, he was with Kornegay and George West. Then he went to Orange Grove with them. Went with Three Rivers. So I'm assuming he's probably going to go.
Unless he wants.
That is kind of a far.
Unless he wants the head job, I don't know.
I mean, you think of Orange Grove, Three Rivers, and George West. That's all around that one area there. So, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else you can think of?
Off the top of my head, not really, man. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are going to apply. That's for sure. But I'm trying to think of like any like more local people. I'm trying to think of.
I'm asking you because like people like you coached around the area. Like, do you know anybody that possibly wanted a head coaching job that could possibly?
I'll say this: there's a lot of coordinators out there that want a head coaching job.
Yeah, no, including Caleb. Caleb Holt wants a head coaching job. Did he apply for it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or do I know? I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, there's tons of guys out there that want a head job. They might not publicly express it, but they're like, hey, they'll put in for.
And I think they're returning a good amount of kids next year.
Yeah.
Who's the OC for Ganado?
Shit!
Josh Irvin's brother is OC, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Coach Irvin's brother, I believe, is offensive coordinator. Yeah, I think because he was in the press box. So.
Yeah, maybe he'll leave. I doubt it though.
I'm assuming. Okay. Going back to the Coach Kornegay thing, I was going to ask you this: as a head coach, like, say you're out of college, you get into coaching, right? You go to school, get your coaching degree. You eventually want to be a head coach. You get your head coaching job. What would you say, like, the majority of these coaches, is their goal to eventually get back to their hometown?
No, not necessarily.
Or would it be to find a place where they can set roots?
Yeah, I think it's find a place to set roots along with, if it's the first job, it might be a stepping stone job. Like, hey, I'll just go get a job somewhere.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, let's
prove you can handle it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
That's what you want to do, yeah.
Depending on which job it is.
I think that would be like that, like anywhere though. Like
not necessarily.
Or not like in our field too. Like get a job somewhere, and then kind of try to get closer back to home if you can. But that's not coaching stuff.
But like coaches that like, have you talked to them that eventually want to, like, not necessarily, I would say, like, be at that place where they came from, but at least closer to where they're closer to their family?
Yeah, there is a lot of that, like closer in the area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that will, say that, hey, I got to be closer in the area to family, stuff like that. The ones that are really chasing jobs, some of them don't care, like, because they're like, they just want a head job somewhere, because they're so difficult to get, because there's only so many schools and there's a shitload of coaches. And then some people end up falling flat on their face because the first thing that comes open, it could be a terrible job, and they take it and they ruin their shot on the first right out of the box.
Do you feel like nowadays, like they don't give these coaches like enough time to?
It's partially that, but like sometimes, man, you take a bad job, like sometimes ego gets in the way. Like they think they can win anywhere. Like, oh, I can go to Benavides and make them unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
You see what I mean by that? Like some place that's historically horrible. Like, man, or sometimes you can find little pockets. So like even places that are bad. Like, okay, well they got an easier district. I'm gonna go there or whatever it is. Yeah. Or you get news on the school. Like, oh, they got some talent coming up.
So like let's take for instance Coach Irvin, right? Like, did we ever figure out what happened with his whole contract situation? Did he get off?
Is he getting paid yet?
Like, did he get?
Oh, that's all
off the books.
Yeah, that's all off the book.
We don't know yet.
That's all off the book.
Or you do know, you just don't want to talk about it.
No, I don't know shit about it.
Okay. I'm going to say, like, it'd be public information, like if he did get his extension or not. I mean, it's public.
I'm sure he is going to.
I say you pay him.
But, like, would you think...
Pay him Matt LaFleur money.
So do you think that, like, say, let's just say they don't extend him or don't give him what he wants. Like, do you think he would move closer back to Bay City?
I mean, depends if it's open.
Or somewhere closer in that area.
Something's got to be open, though.
I know that he had mentioned that his wife was from Ganado, so, I mean, I'm sure they're happy there.
Yeah.
And Ganado is, like, it's not too far from Houston. It's an hour or two.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, so it's right there by Victoria also, so...
Do you think he can get any job that he wanted to, though?
I'm
not any job, but like...
He could probably get a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, no,
like if he really wanted to, yeah.
There's, you win a state championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you... Especially, like, let's say you win one and you know the talent pool coming up isn't going to be back to where it was in a few years. I would think he would jump at that opportunity, but I don't want to speak for him. But being that his wife's from Ganado, her family's there and all that, like,
no, what I'm asking, like, does George West, someone like that, like, has an opening job, perfect for him, like, they're gonna pay him a lot of money, right? To come over there.
It just depends on if some coaches want money or they want to win.
To me, if I was him at like that point, like you only take a job where you know you can like go win it all.
We're sorry, Coach Irvin, for using you as this example, but it's just an example.
Yeah. Like a Cal Allen job.
He's our friend, so
but even then, like
Cal Allen job comes open.
I don't know if that's good enough for him. Like, to be honest, like if I'm him, like you only go take whatever job that you think you can still like legitimately go win the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if you can win the whole thing at Cal Allen. I'm being serious.
Yeah. I'm saying, like,
they've never won the whole thing. They've made it. They've made it there.
He has that option too.
Yeah, he does.
If a job comes open,
like let's say Cuero comes open, okay, you can go win it all at Cuero.
So Kornegay was at Orange Grove for a while, correct? So he called Orange Grove his home for a while. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then he graduated from George West, came to George West for a little bit. Eventually, got out of coaching. Went to sell insurance. Did well from what we heard. Mm-hmm. But then he said to us on the show that he missed coaching. Mm-hmm. He missed the kids. He missed, being able to have impact on kids. So he took the Three Rivers job. And obviously his end goal was to eventually move to where he had bought his ranch, where him and his wife, I guess, have set roots. Mm-hmm. And this opportunity came up, and he made the most of it. Took it. Like you said, not guaranteed. So.
You had to turn that down.
Yeah. Hang on. Y'all go ahead. Keep going.
But, what I'm saying is he has opportunity. He's young.
Oh, yeah.
He can go wherever.
Pretty much.
Would someone poach him?
Oh, yeah. So I'm sure he's gotten phone calls. I wouldn't doubt it one bit if somebody's called him, like a superintendent at another school, like, hey, how, solid are you with Ganado?
Like a Corpus school or like a San Antonio school or something like that, like a huge...
Yeah.
Like he can be the next Larry Hill?
Possibly. I mean, when you're the youngest guy to win it all ever, I mean, that's a big deal. It's like,
go up there to Bee Cave with Scott?
Yeah, that would be like Lake Travis. I mean... Something
like that, like South Lake or...
Some of those big schools, they're like gun-ho on you got to have like big school experience, unfortunately. But... I mean, some of them don't care. I mean,
but hey, state championship like this.
Yeah, exactly.
When we were I believe we were sophomores or juniors when Coach Thomas had come to George West. There was a new coach coming to Three Rivers at the same time too, Hasseltine.
Yeah, Coach Hasseltine.
And they were really bad the year before. They did really good the next year. And before the year was even over, he took the job, I believe, at King or
Corpus Christi King. He was there for a long time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see no difference in, what Coach Kornegay did. How big is Johnson City?
They're 2A, I believe.
2A? Okay, so the same.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, or 3A Division 2, one or the other. They're either 2A, I think 2A D1 or 3A D2. I think they're 2A D1. Yeah.
Looking at our Twitter picks, dude.
I thought
we have Alabama minus 5.5. That covered, right?
Alabama. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado State plus 8.5. Is that looking okay? Oh, Maryland's coming back. Ole Miss plus 5.5. Too early to tell. And then I have the New Mexico Michigan State under 148. That hasn't started yet though. I've sent Scott. I've sent Dave Portnoy 4 picks and they're 4-0. So I'm gonna send him a message when I leave saying if I go 10-0, you have to come on our show. He's opened them up. He's seen them. But how many people are sending him picks every day?
Yeah.
Or just tell him to give us a shout out on his Twitter.
And just keep on. I'll just keep on sending them. As long as they keep winning, at least we look good.
Or you be on his show.
Make sure you tell him you were 4-0.
Oh, I did. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say we're undefeated now. Like if I go 10-0 with these picks, then he's got to come on our show. But he'll probably stop after about the 8th or 9th pick I send him. He'll probably stop opening them. Oh, it's just that fucking idiot sending me picks. One's already knew about.
That guy's rich, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely rich, filthy fucking rich.
He's got billions.
Yeah. Speaking of millions, Jameis Winston to the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dustin, I feel sorry for you. You gotta play that guy fucking twice a year. Oh my god.
He's gonna be eating W's on them Cowboys. Eating dubs.
Oh my god.
Now it does still say that the Giants are still interested in Russell Wilson, depending on what happens there in Pittsburgh. So now the only quarterbacks on the rosters in New York now is Jameis Winston and Tommy DeVito. Mm-hmm. So as of now, Jameis Winston is your starter.
No, that's right,
baby.
So if they don't get a quarterback in a draft, which I mean they'd be stupid if they don't, then I mean Jameis got a starting role back. Rodgers had a visit with the Steelers this weekend, and no deal was reached. Do we know the details of that, of what kind of deal he wants, or is it that the sides they just visited and they're not sure if they're interested in each other? Surely he's not asking for a lot of money, right? You wouldn't think.
It's Rodgers. You don't know.
Yeah, he probably still wants to be the highest paid guy. That leads me to this, though.
I don't know. I want to hear Scott's take on that.
On what?
The Rodgers thing.
Yeah.
The Rodgers visiting the Steelers?
Yeah. You think he'd be a good fit?
They just got DK Metcalf. I don't think he's listening.
Is he there?
Is he on the phone or no?
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah. I want to hear your take on that.
Are you talking to me?
About Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah, to the Steelers.
Dude's a bum.
To the Steelers.
I saw this meme where before it was the Jameis signing where it's like Rodgers went and talked to the Giants and he says, hey, I can take y'all from a 3-win team to maybe a 4-win team, possibly a 5-win team. So, no. Why would the Steelers, I don't know. I just don't think he has it anymore. Maybe, I honestly think that would get worse.
It's not looking like the Steelers want Russell Wilson back either, though.
No.
I mean, they already lost Justin Fields to the Giants. So,
do you think he would lose?
And what kind of turmoil is this causing, being that they're meeting with Rodgers when they still got Wilson on the roster? I mean, Wilson may feel some type of way about that too.
Well, he's not technically on the roster, right? He's a free agent now.
Wilson is a free agent?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he still had one more year left.
Free agent.
Oh, he is a free agent.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think if you're the Steelers, you just have to get Rodgers, though.
You have to, right?
There's no other option. Yeah, you have to.
Oh, there's Ryan Tannehill out there.
Maryland, baby. Maryland's.
Yeah.
Maryland just went up.
Your statement. There's Tannehill out there. Who do you want?
Tannehill. He's been out of football for a year though. So
no, not Tannehill.
This brings me to this question. And I don't want y'all to fucking. I know y'all don't like Aaron Rodgers, both of y'all, but we've seen his career in front of all of our eyes, pretty much as adults. Is Aaron Rodgers considered a top 10 quarterback of all time?
Yes.
I think high end top 10. I think he is. Scott, no bias here.
Oh, I would have to go through the name. Let me go to the next person. Let me pull up the top 10.
There's only one. Like
Saxon,
fucking
Saxon, what do you think?
Audrey.
So I can see.
I'm leaning towards yes, even though I'm not the biggest Rodgers
I would
fan.
put him around 8 or 9.
I'd agree with that.
Because, I mean, obviously you got Tom Brady. Obviously first you got Joe Montana. Then you got Peyton Manning.
You forgot about old Troy Aikman.
Oh, well, Troy Aikman wasn't a very good quarterback. He's on a very good team.
Absolutely in the top 10 of all time.
No way. I bet you look up a list right now. Troy Aikman ain't even on it.
I guarantee he's on. He's on every list.
If you look, we saw what happened at the end of Troy's career when those good players started getting old.
When he couldn't even.
And he just kept getting concussions.
Yeah.
Didn't Troy Aikman only play 9 years in the NFL?
Someone has him at 6.
Thank you.
Who? Troy
I'm
Aikman?
not saying. I'm not totally saying he deserves
Alright,
it, but
all right. So let's do this. Tom Brady. You got Joe Montana. You got Peyton Manning. I would put probably John Elway at number 4. Number 5, I would probably put
Johnny Unitas.
No. I would put probably Dan Marino at 5. He never won a Super Bowl. I know that,
there.
but he did it. He did before what Rodgers and Brady were doing now, and Drew Brees and all that.
He fucking got kidnapped before the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, dude! Take the vodka away. So I'd put Marino at 5. 6, I would probably put. Man,
That's the Rodgers pick right there.
it's
Close,
either Rodgers or you can't leave Ben
Did you already say
Roethlisberger off this
Patrick
list.
Mahomes?
You can't leave Ben Roethlisberger off this list either.
Fox Sports did.
Are you talking about winning though, James?
No, I'm
Ben
talking about.
Roethlisberger he was never even the best in his.
He was a
that
2-time
tenure.
Super Bowl winning champion, the youngest
What's that
quarterback
got
to
to
ever
do
win a
with
Super
anything?
Bowl. Led
But
the
that's
league
not-
in passing touchdowns. I mean, he's done all that. You can't.
Big
I don't
Ben
think
is,
you can have. And I'm a
like
Rodgers
he's
fan.
very
I don't
good.
think you can have Rodgers on this list without having Ben Roethlisberger on the list.
And I don't think you're gonna.
So
Rodgers. Okay, keep going.
No,
Yeah.
I want to hear. What would you say?
And I would put probably Patrick Mahomes around that too. I mean, he may eventually be number 2 or 3 when it's all said and done. And then that's where I'd put Rodgers right behind Mahomes. And then rounding out 9 and 10, maybe Brett Favre and maybe the Johnny Unitises or Roger Staubach.
Mahomes
or
has how
Terry
many?
Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw has a
Okay.
few Super Bowls.
Mahomes has 4,
So
right?
you're gonna listen, James. You're gonna put Roethlisberger over Brett Favre, who's the 3-time consecutive MVP.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger never won an MVP. He was never the best in the league. Period.
Okay, but if you put Roethlisberger's stats around the time Brett Favre was playing, Roethlisberger would have won 3 MVPs too.
Well, I think
It wasn't
if
a
you
passing
vice
game at
versa
that
them-
time.
Yeah, it's just what it is. It's one of those things. Like
Well, yeah, no.
that's
This
like
is
putting
this
Johnny
is a
Unitas
totally
in there. Johnny or Roger Staubach. Like,
yeah. This is a totally debatable list. I'm just freestyling them right now. Okay, we
you
can
can't
agree.
discredit them for the league that they were in the time.
Well, let me ask you
can't
this:
count that as a discredit.
Do you think that Ben Roethlisberger isn't a top 10 quarterback of all time?
No, I don't. I think he's obviously he's a Hall of Famer in my mind, but for that top 10, I think he's right there, like the same way, just out of the top 10.
Okay, what about
But I think
Eli
he's still
Manning?
very, very good.
Eli Manning?
No,
he just
Eli
really has the
Manning's not
Super
top 10
Bowls,
all
which
time.
puts him in the
Stats
conversation.
were fucking horrible, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think the top 5 are pretty simple. I think it's Brady, Montana, Manning, Elway, and then possibly Mahomes could be number 5. I mean, he's not even done yet. But
Yeah.
Like Rodgers, you could switch him between, I think, number 6 and 10, 6 and 9, somewhere around there.
Him and Breeze, pretty similar.
Yes, he has somebody I forgot. Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew Brees
To
did
me,
win
you
a
gotta
Super
have
Bowl.
at least an MVP.
Brees has a Super MVP, right? One.
Yeah.
I think he has one.
One. Yeah, I think he has one.
Rodgers has 4. Right?
Okay, so I would put Brees right there at number 10. I guess because I named 9 of them. So I would put Brees right there at 10. But some people would argue Brees better than Rodgers. I mean, he's got more yards.
A lot more yards.
Yeah.
Did you say golly, I'm blanking on his name. Okay, so
I can never put a list together. Ever.
John Elway.
Okay, so let me start naming them.
Joe Montana, Tom Brady.
Okay,
Who's the other guy that Joe Montana or Steve Young?
Steve Young. I can never put a list together with the older players because I never ever saw them play.
Yeah.
So
and that's like saying what's his name? Who's golly for the Steelers? Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
He's on this list.
It's hard. It's like hard. It's hard to put them on.
I've never seen him play or never watched any film on them. So
you saw some Dan Marino, right?
Bradshaw's
He's on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, he's on this list here. Marino.
Okay,
Bradshaw is listed number 7. He had won 4 damn Super Bowls.
All right, so I named these.
I can only go from.
Would y'all agree with these top 7 right here?
To
like Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, John Elway, Dan Marino, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers at 7.
Never seen Montana play snap.
Somewhere in there.
4 Super Bowl appearances, 4 Super Bowl championships.
Never saw him play snap.
And then he got traded from the 49ers to the Chiefs, took the Chiefs all the way to the AFC Championship.
Did you watch it?
I've seen video of it. I mean, he could throw the ball. I mean, he was a competitor.
Okay. I never watched it.
Yeah.
Personally. So.
But like that, after Rodgers right there, like I would think, Ben Roethlisberger possibly, Drew Brees.
You know who I throw in there?
Terry Bradshaw.
Phillip Rivers.
Well, I mean, Phillip Rivers I don't think he has the playoff wins. He doesn't have a Super Bowl. Doesn't have any MVPs.
Great snaps or great.
But
snaps,
he was playing against the best.
Brady and Manning and
like the wrong era, pretty much.
And Roethlisberger and playing against all of them.
Yeah, fucking Phillip Rivers is like the Kobe Covington of the NFL. Like he just that.
And look at this.
Gatekeeper.
Let me read you this person's stats, and you tell me if they're top 10 all time. 3-time NFL champion. 1-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time NFL MVP, 10-time Pro Bowler.
That's Johnny Unitas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Unitas won. Well, I mean, Bart Starr has several NFL championships, but he only has 1 Super Bowl.
Okay, now look at this person. 1 NFL MVP, 9 Pro Bowlers. That's it.
1 NFL MVP, 9 Pro Bowls. Is that Drew Brees?
That's Dan Marino.
Dan Marino? I think Marino was just ahead of his
time. Brees won the Super
Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Marino
just
would have been playing
based on
this
me
time.
Reading these stats.
He'd be
okay. Now
slinging
this
that
is
shit everywhere.
Look at this one. This is a 1 Super Bowl, 1 Super Bowl MVP, 13 Pro Bowls. Is that the best? Is that top 10?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
1 Super Bowl, 1 Super Bowl MVP, 13 Pro Bowls. Is that a top 10? Do you think that's top 10?
13. That's Aaron
Resume?
Rodgers. That's Aaron Rodgers is who you just named. That's
No, this guy's got no NFL MVPs. This is Drew Brees. So let's all
Rodgers
of the
has 4.
Yeah,
accolades.
but look at the organizations Drew Brees played for. He played for the Saints and the Chargers. You know.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's hard. It's debatable.
Yeah, it's
I think after the top 5, you can just everything's a toss up.
Yeah, but would y'all agree that
either
Rodgers
way.
is in the top 10? I think
10,
everybody should.
I think top 10.
No, I don't think. I think it's arguable that you cannot include him, but I don't think it's. Oh, you're dumb for including Rodgers in it.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't see how you could put Marino in the top 10 without putting Rodgers in the top 10. I mean, Marino never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
But Marino could sling the ball. Everything Aaron Rodgers did, they compared him to Marino. Marino was ahead of his time. But he was just kind of the first to do it. People were in awe of what he was doing.
But then you go to Dustin's point, which I kind of agree. He's like, you got to put Aikman in there.
Yeah, Aikman does have the 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Three.
Okay.
And had decent stats, but he had a great team. Did have a great team, but
Aikman was always like middle of the pack stats, like 10 to 15, somewhere around there. Like I would put Aikman in the top 15 easily. But obviously we're not gonna agree on a list.
No one will ever agree.
But that was the main question: is he considered a top 10 QB of all time?
Do you think if Rodgers and Brady switched places, that Rodgers would have more Super Bowls?
That if Rodgers was on the Patriots,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rodgers would have more. I think he would have a few.
More? He only has one.
Like 3?
No, he's saying if Rodgers went to the Patriots, would he have as many Super Bowls as Tom Brady?
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Rodgers would have as many.
He was the MVP.
No.
Like you gave
Tom Brady's more of a competitor.
MVP,
though,
he's the most
Rodgers
valuable.
I thought you were saying would he have more than one Super Bowl, like what he ended up having?
Oh yeah. I think
he would have had like probably like 3
or 4. Yeah. Would he have 6?
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think him and Bill would.
Because Tom Brady took the game like way more serious.
Him and Bill wouldn't have jabbed.
Yeah. And Rodgers would have wanted Bill out of there as soon as he looked at him the wrong way. So, but anyway, I was looking at a list, top destinations for Aaron Rodgers here. Tell me if y'all agree with them. The top 6 are the Cleveland Browns and the Titans are 6 and 5. Number 4 was the Minnesota Vikings. 3 is the Giants. 2 is retirement, and 1 is Pittsburgh. So it's looking like analysts are saying the chances of him going to Pittsburgh are higher than him retiring, which the chances of him retiring are decent right now, at best.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole deal, like why he couldn't really make a decision about the Pittsburgh thing. It was like he really wasn't totally sure if he was going to retire or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be either way. Like I wouldn't be mad if he retired. Like I think he's only hurting his legacy by having the 2 years that he's had. These past 2 years, even though he tore his Achilles. I mean, and then it kind of tarnishes what he did in Green Bay with what he did in New York last year. Like it was terrible last year. It almost seemed like the game passed him by. Like the game was too fast for him. Could that be age, or could that be him stuck in his ways? I mean, I don't know. With his old age, is he still that guy that wants to do things his way? Maybe like he's hard to work with.
He seems like he seems very diva-ish.
Well,
right?
yeah, but I mean, going into your 20th NFL season, you would think that you got to kind of lay off the reins a little bit. Like, let's work as a team. You're not going to be calling the plays like he did in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? He's not in his prime anymore, is what I'm saying. And could that be why Pittsburgh hasn't taken a chance on him yet? I don't know.
But that's what made him great. Like, hey,
yeah, but in his prime, though. In his prime. He's not in his prime anymore.
Calling the plays like from the line and stuff.
No, absolutely, I agree with that. But like the game has changed in the last 10 years. Like it's different. Like defenses are faster. There's so many more different looks now. Like and over his NFL career in the span of that. So
speaking of, did you see where it was? I think it was Najee Harris was criticizing the Steelers' offense. He was like, our offense just wasn't
horrible."
Yeah,
that's your boy Scott. Let's get a round of applause for the Chargers signing Najee Harris. Yeah, let's go. 3 yards of carry.
You went from Austin Eckler to fucking Najee Harris, baby.
Yeah. You'd be better off with J.K. Dobbins.
I know.
I know. He's like, I know.
Yeah. All right, so underrated quarterback that nobody would put in their top 10 list. Who would y'all just throw one out there? An underrated quarterback. Or that may eventually be on the top 10 list.
Okay, like a fringe guy.
Yeah, or maybe somebody in the future, like
Josh
Joe
Allen.
Burrow or Josh Allen.
Yeah.
See, I don't think Josh Allen will be.
Brrow might be the next Dan Marino.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Don't ever win.
I got into this.
I'm gonna say Trevor Lawrence. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Record that. Clip that.
Trey Lance. Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
I got into this argument with this guy on Facebook over Najee Harris. Like, he acted like he's the savior of the freaking Chargers running game.
Typical Chargers.
And I was arguing with him like, dude, this guy was like the number one. I think it was like pick 20. It was like the first round pick, but he was like in the 20s. Anyways, he's on a winning team all 4 years. Only averages like 1,000 yards I think his best year was like 1,200, which was like his second year. And then this year, freaking Dobbins he was like 100 yards shy of him and like 6 games less than him. Mm-hmm. And this guy's acting like he's going to freaking change the Chargers run game. And I was like, the Steelers had money to re-sign this guy. If he's so good, they would have re-signed him. And that pretty much he didn't say anything after that.
I mean, you're right, dude. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Najee Harris is the Chargers' third down back going into next year. J.K. Dobbins was a dog this year. Like, he was great.
We did upgrade the O-line, so he's like, I hope he does good.
Yeah, no. I mean, change the scenery. You never know.
Yeah.
Joel.
I mean, look, J.K. Dobbins. I mean, even Gus Edwards, whenever Dobbins went out, I mean, Gus Edwards did decent. So.
Nah, he was a bum.
Yeah, well. I mean, he never was. Nothing was expected of him, is what I'll say.
Do y'all think the like, you know, we're like reading all these guys off, like talking about like their amount of Pro Bowls and all that stuff. Like, to me, now it's like seems like all pro is like a good thing to, I guess, like wait. Pro Bowls now it's like gotten so watered down. Yeah. It's like, dude, like Drake May was in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, if you make the Pro Bowl off of lack of people going, like, I don't think that should be considered a Pro Bowl. Like Mac Jones making it that one year, like
But in 15 years, when we read an article about somebody like this, they're gonna be listed as they made the Pro Bowl. That year.
Baker Mayfield's gonna be like an 8-time Pro Bowler.
You know, like, you see what I mean with that? I don't know. It's just
no, I know what you're saying. They shouldn't.
Definitely agree.
Whenever they're talking about quarterbacks and naming their stats as to why they're comparing them to somebody or saying why they rank as one of the greats, they should leave Pro Bowls off of that list, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
all pro
I wouldn't go
good.
Yeah,
all pro is good.
There's only one.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I also think, I mean, it's not as extreme as Pro Bowls, obviously, but like the MVP, like in my opinion, it's getting like, how can I say, like, I don't know about political or
it's the quarterback award.
It is, but also it's like in my opinion, like Lamar Jackson definitely had better numbers than Josh Allen did. Like
don't matter.
Listen, dude, Saquon Barkley should have been the MVP.
Nope.
This guy goes to the Eagles, wins a fucking Super Bowl.
Don't matter.
Like he was their most valuable player on that team and the most valuable player in the league because they ended up with the Super Bowl ring. He easily should have been the MVP.
Nope.
Yes, absolutely.
Josh Allen.
No.
To me, I thought Lamar should have got it over him.
Why?
He had better stats.
Because Josh Allen did the same shit he does every year.
But Lamar, like, he's not the most valuable player on his team.
How is he not? Who's better than him?
Derrick Henry.
No, Derrick Henry not better than Lamar.
Doesn't matter.
No.
If you take him off the
if you take Lamar Jackson out of there and put fucking who was their backup all year, Tyler Huntley, you think fucking no, absolutely. They're gonna stack the line and they're gonna cut fucking Derrick Henry.
You take Josh Allen out of the freaking Bills, you think they're gonna go to the playoffs?
No.
What? That's no comparison, though. You're
what do you
comparing.
mean? He's the most valuable player on the team.
You're talking about Lamar and Derrick Henry. You can't just say Josh Allen and who.
Doesn't matter. Josh Allen. You take him off the team, they're shit. They're nothing. You take Lamar.
Your argument doesn't make
but
sense.
you take Lamar off, and John Huntley, they're gonna do better than the Bills.
Yeah, but Henry's not gonna do as good as he.
But he has
fucking Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I know that.
Starting quarterback, you can argue that, Austin. Though.
No, you can't.
Yeah, no.
Yes, you can.
If Lamar Jackson's off that team, the defense is gonna stack the line because they don't have to worry about Lamar Jackson anymore. Derrick Henry's gonna take a significant hit to numbers if that was to happen.
What are they gonna do with Josh Allen?
Okay, but what are you saying, Josh Allen and James Cook?
Yeah.
Because your argument was Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
What are they going to do without Josh Allen?
If they don't have Josh Allen and James Cook is as good as Derrick Henry, they're going to do the same shit, and his numbers are going to take a hit too. That's the argument I feel like you're making there. But yeah, any team without their starting quarterback is going to be shitty. I mean, we've seen.
Look, the Eagles went to the Super. Did they lose the Super Bowl last year?
Except the Packers because Malik Willis.
Did the Eagles lose last year? Who was in the Super Bowl?
No,
last
the
year?
49ers lost.
Or was it
last
the year before?
The 49ers lost it.
He was the missing piece. He was the most valuable piece.
That's why I'm saying I thought Saquon Barkley should have won the MVP. If they give the MVP, if they were to give the MVP out after the playoffs and after the Super Bowl and all that, like I think people would have saw that the reason they got there was because of Saquon Barkley. They were a great team. They were a good team, but even that much better to destroy the Chiefs like they did.
I will say this to Austin's argument, it does make sense. Like, take Jalen Hurts off the Eagles. They have a stacked fucking roster.
Stacked.
You could plug almost anybody in there, and they're may not win the Super Bowl, but like they'll still have success.
Yeah, but they
kind of like
won't.
Brock Purdy with the 49ers the last few years. Like, just give it to all the playmakers.
Yeah.
Be average.
But you can literally argue that if you take Saquon off the Eagles, they don't win the Super Bowl.
I agree with that part of it.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I don't think they do. With
Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell.
I don't think the Eagles do win the Super Bowl without Saquon, no doubt.
But like the whole Lamar and Josh Allen thing, like they do the same shit every year. They blow the numbers out of the water. They have MVP numbers every year, but they end up doing the same shit every year, losing in the playoffs to the Chiefs. The Eagles get a new player on their team. He carries them on their back to the Super Bowl. That's why I feel like he should have been the MVP. But like you're saying, it's political now. It's kind of like a political thing, and maybe that's.
It seems like it to me. It's like they don't want to give it to somebody who just got it the previous year, even if the numbers are better.
That's another thing too. Yeah.
Even if like Lamar's numbers were better, which they were, then Josh Allen's like, well, let's just give it to somebody else.
Like the year Adrian Peterson won the MVP, they had Christian Ponder as their quarterback, and they made the playoffs. So that was rightfully given to Adrian Peterson because I think he rushed for over 2,000 yards that year. So.
So to Saquon.
Y'all think Jalen Hurts wins another one or no?
Yeah, if they can keep that that team together, hell yeah.
They did not keep that team together.
That defense.
Yeah, the defense.
It's mainly their defense, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
And they just lost everyone.
They lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Who else did they lost?
Like 5 of them.
The DT, the Milton guy was probably their biggest loss that they had.
They didn't lose any Georgia boys though. So
no, they didn't. None of the young guys that lost. It was like some of the older, aging veteran guys.
Speaking of Milton, Joe Milton is kind of a hot commodity right now. There's teams reaching out to the Patriots about Joe Milton, saying the landing spots are possibly the Cowboys, Browns, and Steelers.
I definitely would be down for that.
Dude.
Joe Milton got one chance last year to play, and he did very good.
As a non-Cowboys fan,
played one game and
freaking badass Joe Milton.
The fastest or hardest registered throw of the year was by Joe Milton last year when he threw that pass across his body, fucking dime. I like Joe Milton.
I do too.
I think he can be good. I mean, take Drake May off the Patriots. Say he was hurt. Are the Patriots as good with Joe Milton? They better? Are they worse?
They're a little worse, but I mean, there's some potential there.
Yeah,
there's definitely something there.
Could be the Josh Allen.
He'd be perfect to like sit for a little bit, like sit like 2 years from now, or just be ready.
Joe Milton's got great size too. Mm-hmm. 6'4", about 225, 230. Mm-hmm. Rocket arm. I mean, he didn't do very well in college, but what was that? What did they say in practice? He was like a fucking All-American practice hero. So, but he's supposedly there's a lot of teams reaching out to the Patriots about Joe Milton. Brandon Cooks signed with the Saints.
Back to the Saints.
And Michael Gallup is going to the Commanders.
Michael Gallup's so washed up. They're going to get shit from Michael Gallup.
He's going to have like 10 touchdowns this year now.
No, he's not.
Just because you said that.
And then the most important battle going on in training camp this year that everybody wants to see is Anthony Richardson versus Daniel Jones. I can't believe there was even an article about that. There was like a 8-page article about this whole thing, comparing their pros and cons and all that. And I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing?
Nobody cares about that job.
Yeah. Scott, who you taking?
DeMar Hamlin's going back to the Bills, too.
Hold on. Scott, who you taking?
This game's coming down
for
to
the
wire.
Colts.
Yep.
You might as well throw a dart. Fucking.
I would just put their mascot. That dude's an athlete.
Blue.
Yeah.
McAfee's on what's his name on Daniel Jones. He likes him, but he can't stand. He hates Richardson because of that whole time he checked himself out of the game. Said he was tired.
Don't get me wrong, like, dude, Daniel Jones was terrible in New York, but he showed some flashes here and there, and I think a lot of it is mental with Daniel Jones. Maybe he couldn't handle the whole New York media kind of thing, and maybe with him a change of scenery might help. Will he be like a Pro Bowler or All Pro? No, I don't think so. Could he win a couple games? He did take the Giants to the playoffs that year. I mean, well, Saquon did pretty much. But
you can take his rushing over every game.
They should put Daniel Jones at quarterback and then Richardson at running back. That's what they should do.
Danny Dimes can freaking run the ball too.
They got fucking Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, there you go, double-headed monster right there.
Run the wishbone.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I got. Do y'all got anything else?
We're good.
Anybody got anything
Iowa
else?
State's gonna lose to fucking Ole
Hell yeah.
Miss.
Do y'all wanna do the Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I'm done for Mount Rushmore. Be fun.
What was that list I sent you a while back? There was a few of them on there. There was appetizers. There was punchable faces. That was a pretty good one.
Don't want to do best liquors, Mount Rushmore of liquors.
Oh,
That's a good quick one. We can
liqueurs.
or the burgers one was pretty good.
Burgers, fast food burgers.
I know Austin's.
Is it fast food burgers? Have we done a fast food?
Austin's.
Yeah, I think we've done a bunch of them.
So would burgers would be like any restaurant or not just fast food, just burgers.
Okay.
Like
I know my number one here in town.
Well, that's the thing. One. That's the thing. Like when I go to a nice restaurant, I usually get like a steak. I don't really get like a burger.
Yeah. Well, think about any place.
Agave Jalisco.
Think of any places you had a burger.
Yeah.
These two are the top athletes
ever.
Okay, so if we do the liquors, like we can't. I mean, nobody's gonna fucking throw out Pappy Van Winkle or anything like that because none of us has really ever tasted it. So
no, I won't either.
Just your everyday liquors.
Yeah,
I guess.
I know Austin's number one pick.
Just run of the mill. Austin Svedka.
That's right.
Number one pick.
That's right.
Okay, Austin won, so you picked the order. Austin, I want to go last.
Let's go the same. I guess me, Dustin,
Scott, and me.
Yeah,
it was the same order.
That'll work.
All right, Mount Rushmore top liquors, top everyday liquors for you guys, and then we'll close it with that. I do have a couple picks. I was kind of looking at. I don't know if I should pick them now. Maybe we should do a Zoom show because the lines are gonna move significantly. So, go ahead though. Go ahead, Austin.
Give me
Svedka
Crown Royal
vodka.
Wow, you don't even drink liquor.
No, he's playing. He's playing to the audience though. Oh. He's trying to win. He doesn't. The Mount Rushmore is supposed to be your favorite things, not the audience favorite thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's supposed to be your favorite things. Your favorite.
Go ahead and text Raven. Tell her don't forget to vote for me.
Yeah.
I'll have Marcus text her.
My number one pick is Casamigos Reposada.
All right.
I'm not even gonna write this. No.
Just put Casamigos.
Yeah.
But the Reposada is a lot better than the silver.
I don't think anyone's gonna take the silver.
No.
Scott?
I'm gonna go Weller's Bourbon.
There you go.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
It encompasses all of them.
Weller's is good. I've tried that.
The Antique 107, the Special Reserve.
Didn't we try that with you over here one time?
Single barrel. Yeah, but that was just the I think it was a green bottle, the Special Reserve. That one's not the best one.
All right, I'm gonna go. My first one's gonna be the Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Bro, that's a fancy one. That's a good one though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like unaffordable though. You can get it. And then my second one's the liquor I drink now, the Glenlivet 12-year-old Scotch.
Is it 12-year-old or is it?
I like the 12-year-old better. This is the 14-year-old.
I thought you were gonna say Smirnoff because I see you drinking those all the time.
So. You're fucking funny. You're so fucking funny.
What do you got, Scotty?
Couldn't go a show without Scott throwing a gay joke.
Let's do Lalo Tequila.
It's a good selection.
Lalo.
That one was on my mind.
That's a good one. All 5 minutes late. I had to think about that.
My next?
Yeah, you're next.
And Tito's vodka.
That's good.
Oh, man. You missed the fucking...
Svedka, you missed it.
Give me some fucking Grey Goose right there.
See, I like Tito's better, to be honest.
Dude, how are you not going to put Svedka on your list, Austin?
Because
Come on.
no one likes that.
It's everyday liquor. It's your favorite everyday liquor.
No, it's not. It's what's the best.
No.
If I had
do you think everybody has the same taste in liquor?
If I had the best,
I promise you they don't.
All the money to buy that, I'd buy Grey Goose every day.
I bought you some Grey Goose.
I know, it's awesome.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. It's a little sweet for me.
That's how you know you drink too much vodka if you say there's a sweet vodka. Like I could drink several different vodkas and they would all taste the same to me. Like I don't think I could acquire a vodka taste.
Says.
Does it not like taste like rubbing alcohol to you?
No.
Like it just there's just something about it. Like it's just a stout. Like I don't know. I can't.
You put enough lemon lime water in there, you're good. Give me some Jameson.
Okay, that's a good one. Scott or Dustin?
Should
So
be.
Dustin.
Oh, it's Dustin.
Oh, it is back to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me Woodford Reserve.
That's pretty. Actually,
Yeah, that's good.
That one's pretty good.
Give Scott some Hypnotic.
That was actually kind of on my list. You don't like Hypnotic?
No.
Really?
No, my balls dropped already.
It's your turn, right?
No, it's Scott's turn.
Oh, it's Scott's turn.
Scott, you there? Scott!
Yeah. I was looking at. Give me some Hennessy.
Oh, there we go. Dude. I was waiting for somebody to take that.
I know, me too.
I was like, who's going to be the one?
Give me the TX. The brand, it's TX, and they make whiskey and bourbon.
TX.
It's good. Yeah. And it's cheap, too. It's good.
My third one's going to be Don Julio, 1942.
Damn, that's
Tequila.
That is a good one.
It's not super expensive. It's like $100,
Yeah.
$150. I mean, it's affordable still.
To who?
I mean, for somebody who doesn't drink it every day, I mean, shit, very affordable. Like, you go through a bottle of vodka, what, every 1.5 days, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. So I got the whiskey, I got the tequila. I can't throw any vodka in there. I can't. I'm gonna go fucking high school. I'm gonna go Jägermeister.
Damn it,
Throw
that was
that
a
on
good one.
there.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Nobody said a gin yet either. But I don't like gin. But
If you want the girls' vote, take the Malibu or the Baileys.
Why are you giving out freaking? Stop talking.
I'm done.
I know. Stop talking.
Why you have these girl drinks? You had Hypnotic on your fucking list. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be surprised you got Malibu on there too.
You play to the audience.
No, you don't. You
Yes.
pick Mount Rushmore is your favorite. Have you ever heard somebody say, Dustin, give me your Mount Rushmore of NBA players, but I want you to give me what everybody else would think.
Yeah.
No, never heard that before. No, Dustin, LeBron can't be on there because everybody hates him.
Oh yeah. It can be on there for Dustin, not me.
That's what I mean. Like you just proved my point there.
Well, hey,
it could be on there for Dustin because
guess what?
that's his Mount Rushmore.
Give me Tim Duncan. I'm gonna put him on there.
Exactly.
Because
that's your favorite, right?
no, because that's what the voters are gonna want.
That's not what
Boom.
they're gonna. I guarantee you, nobody, maybe a few people might have Tim Duncan on their Mount Rushmore.
Everyone in San Antonio.
what's your pick, Scott? I'm tired of listening to this.
I'm gonna give you a vodka pick that I've tried, Austin. It's better.
You're
than
gonna lose.
Svedka. I'm just gonna give this to you so you can try, and it's cheaper. It's the Goodnight Loving vodka. They're kind of still new. They're like
He wants to give you
I
some
think
good
they're
night
based out of
loving.
Texas.
Is what he just said.
So I tried it it was probably like 6 months ago. I went to go buy some liquor, and the guy was in there like doing the taste test. And I tried. Oh my god, it was so smooth that I don't even drink vodka. And I was like, I bought a bottle of it just because it tasted so good right then and there.
Iowa State over hit. Iowa State over. Oh, Maryland, look. Oh, we're gonna see a buzzer beater.
I know.
We're just talking about it. All right, it's your pick. Did you go yet?
No, Scott's pick.
Scott's pick still.
He just picked Good Night Lovin'
Oh,
vodka.
Yeah, 11.
There you go.
McLovin.
No, I was just telling you that. Good night, loving. No, that's the name of it.
Okay. Look at New Mexico beating Michigan. All right, so whose turn is it now?
it's mine.
Okay. All right, y'all hurry. We're just
Let's
getting too
go.
quiet.
Yeah, let's go. Give me Dripping Springs vodka.
Dripping Springs vodka.
3.6
I don't think I've ever
seconds
tried it.
left.
It's good. It's
I'm not gonna freaking post this because I'm going to win this one. Give me Jose Cuervo.
Okay. Good.
Oh, overrated. Y'all put all the big names that are overrated.
Yes.
Mine aren't.
Austin doesn't even drink any of these.
I know,
yeah. All the ones that I named, I drink. I probably have bottles of all of them.
but no one that listens freaking drinks that shit.
It don't matter. You give yours.
Yeah.
Your favorite ones. And like we said, everyday liquors. Like everybody
Everyone
that
drinks
listens
Jose.
to the show or sees it knows what Johnny Walker Blue is. They know what Jägermeister is. They know what Don Julio is. They know all that.
Not the Hennessy TX or the...
Oh, I don't know.
TX is pretty popular.
That's that Austin B Cave stuff right there.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing
TX
about
is
that.
good.
Who knows?
Okay, let's see what happens here before we get out of here. 70-71. Maryland's got the ball. 3.6 seconds left. It's coming down to it. Are we gonna see a fucking? Does Maryland have the ball?
I don't...
Yeah, Maryland's got it.
Maryland's got it. Yeah.
Colorado just scored to go up. They advanced the ball with that timeout.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you down, Scott, because like you're way ahead of us, and I know you're gonna ruin it.
No, I got 3 points. They're throwing the ball in.
We're not even
we're
throwing the
not
ball.
even
in.
throwing the ball
I
in.
turned him down. Okay, here we go.
Come on, Maryland.
So Maryland has the ball.
Yep.
Well, Colorado State covered, so I'm good there.
Oh God, they're in the front court.
All right, here we go. Here it is. Game winner.
Get up!
Oh, shit! Yeah! It's over. Maryland advances.
Woo!
Check their odds.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I tell you, Maryland surprise run. Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Oh,
That's what we were missing right there. Why
Yep,
couldn't the whole tournament be like that? Oh, dude. Damn, Scott, did you see that?
2-1, and I hit my fucking square.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hell yes. That's what fucking March Madness
That's
is
what
about.
I'm talking
there.
about,
That's what it
baby.
should be. That's a good way to end it. I got to play the outro, Scott. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you later. Fuck yeah, dude. Like, God, why couldn't all the games be like that? I don't even like Maryland or Colorado State, but I fucking love that shit. Oh, that's what we're missing. Just imagine that feeling like multiplied by like 10, because there's usually 8 to 10 games like that.
I hit $100 on my square for that one.
Fuck yeah, dude.
2-1.
Fuck yeah.
100 fucks.
100
All right,
bucks.
guys.
100 bucks. 100 bucks.
Thanks for joining us.
That's how many I give right now. Let's go.
We're going to get out of here, and we'll see you guys next time. Maybe do a Zoom show for the picks starting Thursday. March Madness is back on Thursday, starting with the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. And we'll see what the bracket looks like come time. Anything else? Y'all good?
I'm good.
Good? All right. See y'all later.